Alrighty, today we are starting topic 4. This is lesson 4-1. It is about writing and graphing inequalities. So an inequality is less than, greater than, less than or equal, greater than or equal. And we use these to compare things. So something you might be asked to do is to take something such as a number t, so a number t is less than or equal to 5, sorry. So what this means is a number t, so this part right here will be letter T, is less than or equal to, so less than, equal, and this is the 5. So now when we put that together, this forms a number t is less than or equal to 5. Alrighty? You might be told a number g subtracted from 6 is no more than 3/4. So no more than 3/4. All right, so how we put this one together, we have a number g. So again, that's going to be letter G, subtracted from the 6. Okay, so we know we're subtracting, and from the 6 is no more than 3/4. Okay, so no more than, that means it can't be bigger than 3/4, so it's going to be less than the 3/4. And when we put this together, we have a number g is subtracted from the 6 is no more than the 3/4. So the 3/4 is the biggest we can get. So 3/4 is bigger than what we will find. So that is one of the things you could be asked to do with your inequalities, is take these words and turn them into a expression with an inequality. Something else you could be asked to do is, if I was given that r equals 8, I want to know, is it a solution to this inequality? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to take this r equals 8 and I'm going to put it in for the r. So instead of r, I'm going to write 8 minus 3 is less than or equal to 9. All right, so 8 minus 3 is 5. Is that less than or equal to 9? And yes, it is less than. It's not equal to, but it is less than, so we can say it is true. All right, so this is that substitution, that plug it in that we used before previously. We're going to do it again to check what is true. All right, now the most important part here, this is just understanding how the inequalities work. But the most important part that we are going to be dealing with right now in this lesson is making sure that we remember how to graph these. So when you are given something such as y greater than -1, this says, if I was to put it on a number line, y is bigger than -1. So if I put 0 here, -1, here's my +1. Could my y be -2? Well, no, because y is bigger than that, so it's not down here. Does my y equal -1? Does it equal -1? And no, it actually doesn't. Could y be 0? And yes, 0 is bigger than -1, so we could have a point there. If I tried 1, could y be 1? Is 1 greater than -1? Yes. And what we're going to find out is many more numbers on this side are true. So how we show this so that we don't have to write every single answer is y does not equal -1, but it could be negative 0.9999999. Okay? So what we do is we use something called an open circle to show that no, it is not equal, but it could be around that. Now I want my y's bigger than -1. This one didn't work. We checked that one, but these worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nicely fill in my line so I can see. This is for my teacher's good. I'm going to really fill in the line and fill in the arrow whichever way we're going. All right. So the next one we can look at is y greater than or equal to 3 3/4. So when I do my number lines, all I ask that you give me is the 0, the positive of the number you're looking at, so 3 3/4, and the opposite of the number that we're looking at. So in this case, the -3 3/4. Now, this one says x does equal 3 3/4. So since it does equal 3 3/4, we know it could be filled in there, couldn't it? If I try 0 for x, is 0 equal to 3 3/4? No. Is 0 greater than 3 3/4? No. So that means it cannot exist at 0. Okay, actually, let me put it up there. Let's try the negative. Let's just try -3. Is -3 greater than +3? And no, we know that's not true. So this side is actually not going to be filled in, but what if I was to look at here? What if I was to look at 4? Is 4 bigger than 3 3/4? Yes, it is. So that means this could be filled in. So again, what we're going to do, we're going to start at that 3/4. We have a closed circle because it does equal. And we're going to fill in this side because we want the numbers that are bigger than that 3 3/4. And then what if we had p is less than 9? Again, I'm going to set up a number line. I only need 0, my +9, and -9. Okay, no reason to write a whole bunch of other things. Now, if I put in -9, is -9 smaller than +9? Yes, it actually is, so we could put a dot there. Let's try 0. Is 0 smaller than 9? Yes, that is too, so we can fill that one in. What about 9? Is 9 smaller than 9? No, it's not smaller, it is equal to, but does it ask us to have equal this time? And no, it doesn't. So it doesn't exist at 9, but it could be at 8.999999. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that open circle. Again, we can see we want p to be the smaller side of 9, so we're going to go towards the smaller numbers, and we tried some. So we are going to go this direction. And that would be our answer for that. So an inequality, let's go over a few little terms here that we need to know in this unit. So an inequality compares expressions. Okay, and to compare, oops, sorry, this I goes on this side, not over there, sorry. To compare, we would use less than and equal, greater than and equal. And it compares. To find the solution of an inequality, that's when we plugged in that 8 into this equation. Remember we plugged the 8 in and we discovered it was true. Okay, so a solution to an inequality can be true. Now inequalities, as we saw when we did some graphing, had many numbers that it could be. So the solution set of an inequality is all of the items. So that's why we would put an open circle, okay, to show that it was not equal to, but greater than. This is the greater than side, right? Or you could also have where it was equal and possibly less than side. Okay, so this would be like the less than side. Okay, but it shows the set of all solutions of an inequality. We show the graph of an inequality on a number line. And when we use the number line, it shows all the different solutions that are possible. Okay. One important thing to note, if you use an open circle is when we have less than or greater than. But it shows it does not exist at that point. Whereas the closed circle is less than or equal, less than and equal, or greater than or equal. Because this shows that it is equal at this point. So at this point, it does equal, and that's why we include that equal point. Alrighty? All right, thank you very much.